Were they hot?
Hot and fresh. He caught us talking about a topic. Hey, this is Mackie with the Hidden Threads podcast.
And Victoria. Hey there.
Victoria. She has her leopard print on.
Ooh.
Looking sharp. But yeah, we were talking about how I went and got some Krispy Kreme the other day. My wife had a coupon.
She's a coupon lady. I forgot.
She gets little things on her email, but she's not I wouldn't call her a coupon clipper.
Not a couponer.
Yeah. She did that once and they got old real quick. She's like, I'll just spend the extra $10.
Yeah, I've never tried it before.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But yeah, I try to stay in shape and do workouts and stuff in the morning, but that Krispy Kreme was good.
When that hot sign on.
You can't pass up hot and fresh.
Got to go inside.
You cannot pass up hot and fresh. But,
no, you can't.
Hey, I was going to start out. We're talking about digital stuff today. I want to start out with this cybersecurity threat. All right.
Okay.
You like it? Yeah. This is off the Hacker News, which I read. I get little feeds from it.
Okay.
Am I a hacker, Victoria?
An ethical hacker.
Okay. But anyway, it said cybersecurity researchers are warning of a new stealthy credit card skimmer. So a skimmer, he was a thing back in, I don't know how long ago, but it used to be a thing where hackers had put a little thing in the gas pumps and it would read your credit card information.
I remember hearing about this, yeah.
This is similar, it's just done digitally. That targets WordPress e-commerce checkout pages by inserting malicious JavaScript code into a database table associated with a content management system. So what they're doing is inserting a malicious code into the WordPress site.
Yeah.
And they are reading your credit card information. What do you think of that?
I think that's crazy.
Well, I just had the thing where on my bank card, my check card, whatever you call it,
yeah,
ATM card, where somebody in Las Vegas, some gaming company, did like $7.99 transactions. Remember that?
Oh my gosh!
Remember I didn't have my card there for a while. I was like, man, these people are crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, WordPress is owned by GoDaddy, so. It's who we use, but we don't have e-commerce on our website. So.
Right. Yeah.
But people can just message us and all that. We have had our site hacked before where on our form that you fill out, they did what's called a inject, a malicious code inject through that and started sending a massive amount of emails from our email server out. And it's called what they call syntax flood. And it just flooded and like nothing would work.
Oh, so, my word.
That was a nightmare. Had that happen before.
But do you rarely, I guess, rarely someone gets charged for doing that, right?
No, I found the IP and it went back to like Ireland or something. So what are we going to do?
Oh, right.
It was some cafe in Ireland. But
yeah.
I was like, let me see if this person's stupid enough to do it from their house or office or whatever. But they weren't. But sometimes they are. We have caught them. We just had a recent one where we caught the person sending these stupid emails everybody gets now where it's like, hey, I got images of you and having sex or whatever. Yeah. And they get a picture off Google Earth of your house. Send us money in Bitcoin and we're going to release these pictures. We had a client come to us and they gave us that and we pull up the IP header, the email header data and get the IP address from the sender. And it was to a hotel in New York.
Oh my God.
Like 3 times. So they're having to deal with that now. But the hotel is like, hey, you had a dude here. Who is it? You know what I mean? So, or a girl. Could be a girl. Anyway, that's interesting stuff, right?
It's scary stuff. Yeah.
So today our topic, though, digital forensics. We get into this hacking stuff with our digital forensics. And we get a lot of those calls, don't we, Victoria? We get a lot of cases.
Lots, yeah.
The big topic goes, why does it cost so much?
A lot of time.
What do you think, Victoria?
I think our software costs a lot of money, and I think it takes a lot of time to do digital forensics.
It does. I want to start out with the certifications involved. So anybody can do digital forensics. Anybody.
If you're certified. Right?
No, anybody can do digital forensics. Okay. Like you can just you can go on YouTube and learn how to do it.
Right. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But if you have to go testify about your systems and processes, how you gathered evidence, then it makes a difference then, right?
Yes.
So we have a certification I have, and we've had other people work for us before have it, Certified Digital Forensic Examiner. Okay. Victoria's getting ready to start it.
Yeah, I'm just excited.
I think this is the 3rd week I've talked about it, and we haven't done it yet.
I know it'll come around.
But Victoria talks about it all day, but we'll get her certified so she can have that behind her.
Yeah.
And it's not an easy course. We go through mile 2. Now, there's another it's called the I think it's the same thing, Certified Digital Forensic Examiner. I don't have it in front of me, but it's to the EC Council. And I think your fiance has that one.
Yes, he does.
They're both, I wouldn't say they're easy. They're a lot of information, big test at the end, but they can be, and there's a lot of labs you have to go in and pass, and you go in and work fake cases kind of, right? And go through the processes. The big thing with why you want a certified person is all that training teaches you how to handle evidence. Okay. How you came, they want to know the law. The judge wants to know how you came about with your solutions, right? You can't just say, well, I found this, you know what I mean? Because you can just make up digital stuff out of the air, right?
Right.
And we've got that going on in a case, don't we? I think we talked about it in a previous episode where the police have evidence of child pornography, but they can't show their work.
Right.
All right. That's a big part of having these certifications, is it teaches you how to show your work, how you did it.
But you didn't just create it and put it
right. You didn't just make up some stuff and stick it there.
Right.
Okay. It's no different than physical evidence. You got to show how it came about and why it's there, how it got there, that you didn't plan evidence, basically, is what it's looking for. But anyway, that's what it teaches you. It's a lot of, I'd say half the course is legality and half of it is technical. So that's what you get to look forward to, Victoria.
I'm so excited.
Right. But the software involved, we use Belkasoft X right now. It may change. Who knows?
Yes.
We're using it now. It's working. These software companies they all are trying to get a leg up on each other. So some will come out with features every year that's better than the other ones. So we may change. All right. We tried one last year. It worked for about a month and it quit working good. I don't know if you remember that. We switched to Belkasoft and it seems to be working good now. But yeah, they're tech companies, so they're always trying to improve their products. And we have the flexibility. We can switch back and forth if we want. We're a customer of theirs. Yeah. But yeah, all this software does is it gets to the root of the device, whether it's a desktop or a phone or a tablet, whatever, and tells us what's going on in the guts of that system, the code of that system. And it analyzes it for us. We can also do our own analysis, which takes a lot of time, but the software does it for us, gives us answers pretty quick. And it's very expensive. All right.
It is.
Belkasoft is not cheap, but it's very good. You can go cheap if you want. There's some cheap stuff out there, but it's not what we call forensically sound. And it's never been used. The courts don't accept it. And that's why we don't use it. Okay. The Belkasoft ADF, Celebrite, all those big names are forensically sound. So they get used a lot. So people pay for it. What questions you have about digital forensics, Victoria?
Gosh, there's so many questions I have on digital forensics.
What do most of our clients ask you when you're on the phone with them?
So a lot of the time people are asking if we can do forensics on a phone they don't have in their hand, like on someone else's phone. That's a lot of the calls I get. And I'm like, we have to have device in hand.
Right. That's a big question we get. You're correct. Can we hack another device? All right. No, we can't. Bottom line. Now, if you own that device, yes, you can hire us to do it. You're giving us authority to get into your property, basically. Yeah. But if it's not your property, we cannot do it. Right. You can't go in and we had one the other day where they're like, hey, I want you to track this guy's phone, an employee, his own personal phone. I'm like, no, we can't do it. Yeah. And he goes, well, there's another guy said he could. And I said, well, you're both going to go to jail if you get caught. So, because you hired him, right? And he's breaking the law. Right. As an agent for you.
And a lot of it is like girlfriend and boyfriend where they're like, oh, and I'm like, would they hand their phone over to you? Clearly, they're not going to hand their phone over, you know?
The girlfriend and boyfriend's interesting. It don't have to be digital, but they call and I want you to track follow my girlfriend around. Just break up with her.
Yes. Don't spend that kind of money. You just break up
with her. Just break up with them. But, typical digital forensics case with us costs $5,000. That's the starting point.
Yes.
And a lot of people say it's expensive. But hopefully this episode will open their eyes a little bit. Oh, there's a lot more that goes into this than just, hey, look at my phone. Yeah. Right. We got one going on now where they believe that their cloud's being hacked. All right. The cloud service, iCloud in this case. So if you have Apple, it's iCloud. If you have Android, it's Google Drive. Okay. Or Google Cloud Services, they call it now, I think. But that's how your phone operates outside when it's not in your hand. It backs up everything. It just don't back up your photos and videos, but it backs up your systems and processes in that phone as well. So, but we're working on hers to try to figure it out. It's not as simple as She thought it was going to be as simple as me plug the phone in and it tells me immediately.
Yeah.
It's not like that. We're going outside of the software here a little bit, looking at activity on the internet with those email. Every cloud service, Google or iCloud, has an email account attached to it. So we're looking at those activities outside of the actual device. So take some time, and she's not patient, but I think I've talked her down.
Okay, part of being a good client.
Right. No. Anyway, is that back to the other episode?
Yeah.
But you remember about that one, right? But yeah, there's some certifications involved, some software that's involved that costs money, and we're going to recoup our money and make a profit because we are a for-profit organization.
Yes.
We don't take donations.
We don't do this for free.
No. We don't get donations from outside sources or anything. So,
right.
We're going to come back with the next part. We're going to take a little break here, come back with the next part. We're going to talk about the process of digital forensics and talk about the report, what you get in the end, what you're paying for. All right. What do you think?
I think this is beautiful.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right. We'll see you in just a minute.
Bye.
Yep. Safe online dating. It's a big deal. So maybe you met the person of your dreams on Tinder or one of the other platforms, and you're getting ready to meet up with them in person. Or maybe you've been in a long distance online relationship with them. You just want to know who they are. Well, we have a tool called TLOXP. It's only available to federal agents, police forces, and private investigators. Hey, that's me. And we can tell you about their bankruptcies, judgments, evictions, divorces, arrest record, important things you need to know before spending any more time with this person. All right, get to know who they are and confront them with it, or just break up with them, whatever your choice is. But you have to call us or fill out the information on the link below. You're going to hear from a real private investigator that's going to go over this data with you, go over the pricing options with you, and get the information you need to be safe online. Don't wait any longer. Click the link or give us a call to get started. The number is 866-910-7499. Again, 866-910-7499, or click the link. Hope to talk to you soon.
We bring it.
We're going to bring it. So we was talking before during the little break here, and I remember when Victoria first started, I took her out on a case, and there was a bug sweep where we went out and was looking for listening devices in the house. Yeah. And you've been with me about 48 hours, right?
It was new. Yeah.
I remember it was on the river. It was about 112 degrees that day. Mm-hmm. It was hot.
It was.
And we were looking around outside for stuff, and I had sweat on me and stuff.
Yeah.
But
and I wore heels for some freaking reason.
I don't know. We went to the law firm that day too, I think. So
I don't know. I had the heels on walking around his yard.
You're kind of dressed up.
Yeah.
But anyways, they had dog pee everywhere. Remember that? It was a nice home.
It was really nice.
Right on the river, up on like a little cliff thing. It was nice.
But pee, you have to watch where you step. Because
I think I stepped in some.
You probably did.
It was impossible not to. There's little landmines everywhere. I didn't see any poo-poo, though. Did you? I just saw pee.
Not that I can remember now.
But this guy and his wife just there and set their dogs pee everywhere.
And a nice new look, kind of new.
Yeah. They had a yard and everything. Let the dogs go pee in the yard.
Yeah. I love it.
Come on. Anyway. But anyways, that was a weird one. We get a lot of weird stuff, y'all.
Yes, we do.
We thrive in weird, don't we?
Yeah,
we do. We make money off weird.
Yeah.
We do. Back to talking about digital forensics and why it costs so much. We're going to get into the process a little bit here. Okay. So if you call me, let's do something simple here. If you call me and say, hey, I think my phone is hacked. Okay. Hack is such a broad word, Victoria. Yeah. I'm going to go into a series of questions with you. Like, tell me what's making you think it's hacked. What's the activity on the phone? Okay. Mm-hmm. A lot of people say, well, it goes off and on by itself. Mm-hmm. Okay. That could be a problem with the phone and not necessarily hacked.
Yeah.
They say people going in to delete my photos. Okay. That could be a cloud problem. If they have access to your cloud, then they can go in and delete photos and it goes off your phone as well. Mm-hmm. Did you know that?
I did.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I use it on mine. We have tons of videos and photos and stuff we collect, and I go in to delete them off my phone, but it says, you want to keep them in the cloud? I say yes. Mm-hmm. And I can go back and retrieve them later if I need to.
Yeah.
But if you have access to our company email, you have access to our cloud, don't you, Victoria?
Yes.
So Victoria, she could go in and start deleting stuff if she wanted.
I was a horrible person.
Or made a mistake or whatever.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of these people, it's a marriage thing or boyfriend, girlfriend, and they share devices and they share a cloud. Mm. And you're not hacked. Mm. They just have access and we got to close that loophole up.
Yes.
All right. But sometimes it's as simple as that. Now, a lot of times they actually have injected something on your phone and they can see everything you're doing. Mm-hmm. They can use your camera. They can do everything. And we found that before.
Spyware.
Yes. Spyware, malware, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. The wares.
The wares.
Right? And we found it before on devices. You've seen it firsthand. Mm-hmm. And it can be harmful, especially if you're going through a divorce and they can see every communication with your lawyer.
They're one step ahead of you all.
Is that legal though?
I mean, technically, if y'all are sharing accounts, then wouldn't it still be legal?
So there's a thing called attorney-client privilege.
Ah, that's
right. It still plays right in the civil court. People forget about that. They think of that like, well, I murdered somebody, so there's attorney-client. They think of the big stuff.
Yeah.
It also works in the civil court and smaller stuff
too. That makes sense. Yes.
So if they have seen your communication with your lawyer and they try to use that against you, it can be used. So,
gotcha.
And it kind of breaks the law.
Ruins the whole case too. Yeah. Yeah.
That's all they got. That's all they're using for you. But yeah, the process. So we come in and we'll grab your devices. We're going to take pictures of what the state of them were when we got them. Mm-hmm. And we're going to tag it so we know whose it is and when it was picked up. Yes. And we take a picture of that tag. That's our chain of custody. And then we take those devices. We have two places. We got right here where I'm sitting right now. We can do the secure. We can lock everything up. We have our office in Huntsville where we can lock everything. That's where most of it takes place.
Yes.
I'll be in there tomorrow grinding it on the digital forensic stuff.
It's all locked up good and well then.
It's like triple lock there. You get the outside. You got two doors you have to get through. And we go through our process. We hook it up to our software, and the software does analysis on it. Sometimes I can take 10 minutes. Sometimes it can take 3 days.
And sometimes you have to go in and, like you were saying, it does tag a lot of stuff, but you might miss something just hitting the tags. So to go in and put hours of your own time.
Right. And if it's cloud, typically the software doesn't pick up cloud problems. Mm. You have to go out and physically look at it as an investigator and see what activity is going on with that email associated with that cloud service. Mm-hmm. So it can take some time. That's the process.
That's where TLO comes in and your
TLO. Okay. And we use Magrit to look at the activity of that email address online. But yeah, some people are saying, why is this taking so long? Well, you hired us for 30 days.
Yes. Every contract is a 30-day contract.
Yep. So it's not done in 30 seconds.
Yes.
All right. 30 days.
Yes.
And if it goes beyond that, I'll tell you, hey, this is going beyond that. You don't have to pay more. Maybe we're stacked up on cases.
Yeah.
I've got computers stacked up in my elbows in there, don't I? Mm-hmm. And sometimes you're not in front of the line. Mm-hmm. Okay. And people want answers today. But what's funny is nothing's being filed today in court.
Right.
So we can
be calm.
Yeah, let's be calm.
Be patient.
But yeah, we get that. And then we start writing a report. Now the software does do a lot of the reporting for us, but we go in and write what we did in cross tracks in the report entries, and we spell it out what we did, and then we attach the forensics report to that report and submit it and then give it to your lawyer or you, and then they submit it as evidence. Now, if there's something bad in there, we tell you immediately, hey, you had spyware. We found out where this guy was using your email address to do anything online, and we report it. Now, if there's nothing happening, we don't report it. When we report, we don't give you what we did.
Right.
But we don't make up something.
But it's going to be a report showing that we found nothing.
We're not going to make up stuff, are we, Victoria?
No, illegal.
No matter how many times I run, sometimes I could run a device through our software 20 times, and they're like, I'm still hacked. I'm like, no, you're not. People get superstitious about this stuff.
That is it.
Paranoia sets in, and nothing's happening. And also one thing I do, especially on phones and tablets, is I'll just open the phone and sit there and watch the activity on the phone.
Yeah.
What we call a live investigation. We're just watching to see if anything goes on with it. Like apps opening, closing on their own, those things.
And we have had some phones that make weird noises and do all types of weird things.
There are some of that software will make the phone do, if they've injected some kind of spyware on there, and we'll make it do weird things, and we'll watch it and we'll record it with another phone to show, hey, this is happening. And we try to find out how that spyware was injected on there and all those things. We can go into the app and take a look. A lot of those apps don't show up on your normal apps though. They're hidden as something else.
And then here's another question I get a lot of the time. Hey, can you pull this off my phone? It's deleted, but it's not from my actual photos. It's from an app.
Yes. The short answer is yes. Okay. Now, Snapchat, probably not. All right. Depends on how quickly we get it. Snapchat stuff persists for about 24 hours. Okay. And we have been able to do a missing person case we did one time where it was a issue and we had the girl's phone and we could see her Snapchat activity. I actually logged into hers and acting like I was her.
Oh, okay.
And started chatting with her pals.
Okay,
and that's how we found her.
So. Okay, that makes sense.
But anyway, but Snapchat that's how it's made. It's supposed to go away, right?
Yes.
We can see some archives from Snapchat, but typically not the wording of the text and all that.
And we can't recover like Facebook messages and things like this.
We can if it's yours. Like if
right,
it was
but
yours.
other people.
Yeah, I can't hack into somebody's Facebook and mess with them.
A lot of people call us to do that.
They do.
Yes.
We can't hack. We're ethical hackers. We try to figure out what the illegal hackers are doing, the unethical hackers are doing. So,
yes.
And that report is going to tell you everything we went on in that system, whether it be a phone or a desktop. It tells you everything we did and every base we covered to try to find out if you've been hacked or somebody's messing with you digitally. All right. That does not include open source. All right, open source is a whole nother thing.
Yes.
We'll do a whole nother topic on that. But I think we have done a podcast on that. So
Wireshark falls into this digital forensics.
Yeah, Wiresharks, that's when somebody is in your router. Okay. So it's called a man in the middle attack. I'm not going to get into too much technical stuff here. But anyways, so you got your router. Everybody uses Wi-Fi now. And somebody has entered your router and logged into it. They can do it one of two ways. They can just log in like a regular person. Either they know your password to your router. Everybody knows you got a password for your router, right? You got to put it in. I would suggest making those as complex as possible and changing them every month or so. Or they do what they call there's that wireless signal going from your phone to the router. They're jumping in the middle there and intercepting those things, those signals. That's more complex.
Yeah.
It's easier just to figure out the password and log into your router and you can do everything. Yeah. You can see all the traffic coming in. Wireshark does that. So Wireshark, we get our device and we go to your home or office and wherever the Wi-Fi is and we log into your Wi-Fi. We'll let it run for about an hour, sometimes longer. And we pick up several communication packets going back and forth. And Wireshark will tell us if those are malicious. Okay. If they brute force the password to get in, which means they figured your password out to your Wi-Fi, and it will tell us if there's what we call a man in the middle. Oh,
man in the middle.
I promise I haven't been drinking it. man in the middle attack going on, intercepting those signals between the router and your phone or your device, whatever device it is, and it'll tell you. Now, if they just used your password, if it's your buddy you gave the password to and they logged in, it's not going to tell us that's malicious.
Gotcha.
So watch out who you're giving your password out to.
Yeah.
Because they can spy on you or give that password to somebody else to use, which happens. Okay. Now, it also tells us what all devices are logged into that router. All right. We've had it where people had hidden devices in their office. This was an office space where they had a hidden device that works similar to like a Echo Dot or a Amazon, what do you call it? Alexa.
Yeah.
Works similar to that, is just small, and they can just set it places, and they were listening in, basically.
Oh my gosh.
Former employee. But it tells us what all is logged in there, and we'll go around and say, hey, is this yours? Is this yours? And they'll say, yes. What about this? I don't know what that is. And we start looking for it, right? And we try to find it physically. So that's a highlight of Wireshark. That's a router hack as opposed to a phone or computer hack. But yeah, you think that's interesting?
I think the router is the most interesting to me.
Routers are very susceptible to hacking. It's very easy to hack those. You can brute force those passwords because it doesn't have the high level encryption as a computer or phone does.
So that's like when you like when I had my apartment and then like someone jumps on my internet. They're probably doing that.
Possibly. They're trying to anyways.
Yeah.
They're trying. But yeah, that kind of covers digital forensics, the process, why it's so expensive. What other topics? What other questions you have about it?
Lots of work that goes into that, and it is so detailed.
It is detailed.
Yes.
And I promise you, if you're a client of ours, we're not just hanging out, taking your money. We're actually doing work behind the scenes to try to figure it out. But
yes.
That's all we got for today, and we'll be back just about every week, every day.
Yeah.
Just about every day. We don't record on Saturdays and Sundays, but we'll be back recording here in a few days, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Peace out.